What's going on, you guys? This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and
School boy here.
all right, and we're about to see who was wrong. And once again, shout out to Josiah for the opening music, of course. And yes, we are here for another episode of Who Was Wrong, and I have Skool Boi here with me. Now, as I tell you guys at the beginning of every episode of Who Was Wrong, I always pick the people out by hand and I give them a list of feuds to choose from. They all pick their own. And I always ask them before we start, why did they choose this one? So, why did you choose this one? Out of all the ones that's on there, why did you choose this
Because honestly, I don't care for neither one of them, but I love it when Jackie gets in on Evelyn's ass. It does something to my heart. It just wants, even though they both trash, I think to a degree,
one?
But it's a good conversation.
Okay, all right. So, I will say that this is probably one of my favorite basketball wives feuds because for many, many years I could not stand Jackie. And for many, many years, I could not stand Evelyn. But the thing about it was, I couldn't stand Evelyn more than I couldn't stand Jackie. So I was here for Jackie going in on Evelyn ass. Okay. So when Basketball Wives first merged in season 6, for whatever reason, they took the LA off, brought Tammy back, brought Shawnee back, brought Evelyn back, brought Jennifer back. Kind of stopped filming with Brandy. They started ganging up on Malaysia. Had these little random girls on the show with them. Bunny Jill, Sania, some girl named Kristen and her sister Asia, some Kiana Green, which was Nick Young's baby mama, who we don't remember. Some other girl. Like it was a whole lot of randoms on that season, and half of them weren't even at the reunion. So it goes to show you how much they really didn't matter. So at first, when they first came on, Jackie and Evelyn were cool. But then the whole issue became about Evelyn donating to Jackie's daughter and involving herself in that issue. And it became a big to do. It became a big to do. Jackie wasn't playing with Evelyn, and there was some people that was on Evelyn's side for whatever reason. Evelyn does have a big fan base. I don't know why, but there was a lot of people that was also on Jackie's side, and this is the actual beef that made me like Jackie, probably because I felt like Evelyn was doing too much. Now there is some things about this that are true. Is Jackie a horrible mother to her first daughter? She absolutely is. I've always said that. Um, there was some colorism involved with her and her first daughter. According to her daughter Takari, they were saying, Jackie treated her differently because she was dark skinned. She called her, the word that we can't really say, the R word, when someone is mental. She
Right.
called her that. She talked about how much she weighed. She treated Chantel. What's her other name? Shanisa Chantel. Chantel. What's her name?
Chantel. Chantel.
Okay. She treated Chantel better. And she even treats her youngest son better because I think she treats them better because they're Doug's kids. And I think that's what it is. So she did kind of treat her daughter not the best. And I think that Evelyn kind of exposed that. But at the same point in time, I don't think that Evelyn had any sincere intentions when it came down to Jackie's daughter. And I felt like she used Jackie's daughter for a storyline. That's my opinion. So I just want to know from your standpoint, how did you view this whole situation?
It was a mess. Now, I'm not the biggest Jackie Christie fan. I am not the biggest Evelyn Lozada. Evelyn has shown who she's been throughout all her seasons of Basketball Wives. I ain't believe none of that fake go get church baptismal mess she tried to do and then tried to cover up and say she was a changed woman. My whole issue with Evelyn is like you never wanted nobody to say nothing about your parenting and how you was supposedly getting flued out. You was running over this basketball player, that basketball player, where Shanice was finished. But you're also judging Jackie for the same thing and the mistreatment. It's kind of like, it caught me pedal real bad. Do I
Hmm.
think that Evelyn did it with it? Now, of course, you gave that girl stuff because she was coming out with that book, explaining her side of the story of how she was raised with Jackie. Jackie had every right to defend herself, um, and it made for good entertainment. Is
Mm.
that
Hold on. But yeah, I felt like, yeah, Jackie ain't the best mama, but Evelyn, you ain't shit either. Like, how you gonna sit up here and start talking about this woman and how she parents her damn kids and all that other shit? But yeah, cause see, here's the thing. She's the main one that always say, don't talk about my daughter. Don't talk about my daughter. Don't talk about, but yeah, you talking about hers.
and I think that's the catch-22 and the irony of the whole thing for everybody was the issue was you can talk about this lady's parenting, which it probably I'm not gonna say Jackie's wasn't the best, but as far as stable income and being with one man, shit, at least Jackie can say that. I mean, how many player rosters has she been through this entire time? And we really didn't even know much about her parenting per se until Jennifer busted it out with her bad breath. We wouldn't have known nothing about that. We wouldn't know nothing about that.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. I feel like Evelyn came back on the show because I remember Tammy at the reunion this season. She was like, people felt like because there was scuttlebutt about Evelyn coming back to the show, she used this moment to make a splash on the show. And so Evelyn was like, well, my coming back was going to be a splash within itself. I don't need to use Jackie to have a splash on the show. But that's what you did, though.
Yeah, because then she like supposedly tried to meet up with her daughter. Like it became something much bigger than just the show. You used it for the show, but then you used it outside of the show too. Because you were, supposedly contacting back and forth on social media. You was using your platform. It got nasty. Let's be real. It got real nasty. I don't respect Evelyn's way of doing it. If you don't want nobody to talk about your parents, then don't talk about people's parents. I think they stayed away from this as much as they possibly could on Basketball Wives than I've ever seen any other type of reality show. Because usually they go straight in with the kids. It took them a while to get with the kids, and then when they got to the kids thing, I was like, okay, that is pushing it a little far. I know you think that your fan base is so strong and Basketball Wives is so strong that your impact was that deep when you came back, but come on.
Exactly.
I mean, you could donate to the girl stuff, but not get involved with whatever the issues is between Jackie and her daughter.
That's how I felt
I
too.
just thought it was weird.
Cause it was. It was like, girl, what are you giving? Like, why do you think that this is okay to do? And I just felt like, girl, you're doing all of this, you saying all this shit, and you're talking about, like when Jackie said, how would you feel if I came to you and said that you got a daughter that they say was a builder whore? Then she want to get mad and want to try to fight and go back to this old
That was a
Evelyn
good
that
line.
she used to be and shit. And I'm like, girl, you're not gonna fight Jackie. That's number one, because you can't fight. All you do is throw shit. Number two, you mad because she brought out Shanice. I feel like Jackie would have never brought up Shanice if you wasn't constantly talking about Takari and wasn't purposely going out of your way to contact that girl knowing that you got beef with her mama. Because I feel like this, regardless of the fact that Jackie and Takari have a contentious relationship, because that's, you know what I'm saying? That's known.
Right. Well, that wasn't a secret. That was no. They weren't in the best. They never were in that best space. I believe just because of the upbringing and how everything popped off with that. But at the same time, I kind of disagree. It's like really, like this out of all the things. I mean, hell, you would have did better trying to attack them having a damn wedding every fucking year. Her and Doug, like, what the fuck are y'all renewing every year that you need to have a wedding?
Right.
Besides you just spending money and you just trying to get time with him and some attention, you could have attacked that, but then you wouldn't even know how to really attack that properly because you did this poorly. And I really feel like if Takari wanted her story told, she shouldn't have went that way to do it with Evelyn because Evelyn didn't give a shit about that girl's story.
But it's really crazy though because and like I said, this is a very complex situation because it's like Jackie is no innocent victim in this either because she is not the best person. Because remember
Absolutely.
on the second season of Basketball Wives LA, the other daughter went to Laura talking about Jackie being a bad
She did.
mom. So
She
it's
did.
I like as like I said when because I did another who was wrong recently on Friday. I did two of them Friday, honey. With one of them was with Tammy Talks and the other one was with Evening Entertainment. And they were
Okay.
both basketball wife beefs. I don't know why everybody chooses basketball wives feuds.
They had some of the best. You can't front about it, Scotty. They had some of the best reality TV beats.
They did.
Unless you go back to like the old beginning seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta, they had good beats. Like Basketball Wives beats are some of the best beats.
They
I
are.
cannot lie about that.
That's true. That's true. Because Tammy Talks did one about the one that we did was about Jennifer and Evelyn.
Ah,
And so I told her when that season came out, season 4, when they first fell out, I was about 23, 22 or 23. So my opinions on it now as a 35-year-old kind of differs from what it was when I was 22 going back watching it now. So when this happened, I was 27, which is nothing
okay.
but 8 years ago. So even with this, my opinions are starting to kind of shift a little bit, not necessarily into Evelyn's favor, but it does kind of make me look at Jackie weird all over again because it's like both of your kids came on this show talking about how much of an ain't shit mama you is, and then both two of your castmates have taken it upon themselves to pretty much expose your ass for being an ain't shit ass mama.
And it's an ironic. It's one of those ironic situations.
Hmm.
But both of your kids came on there and said you was terrible.
Right.
Evelyn's daughter has never come on TV and said that her mother was horrible.
Hmm.
Has she stated that she could have been a better mother here, here, and here, or maybe you should have been more present here and here, and my
Right.
little brother is getting more of that from you now. Yeah, she's pointed out those shortcomings because let's not act like Shanice has not said her 1-2 about her mom. She just was not, I want to say, as vocal and maybe as nasty as some people might like to say. It's a little nastier, it's a little bit more gutter with Jackie's kids because, and then it was weird when Chantel did started saying that, yeah, mom was, and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, but you was the more lighter skinned daughter. I thought you had some superiority over now. So really, you just didn't give a shit about nobody unless it was Doug, and you chasing Doug up and down the road in the NBA to make sure that Doug didn't cheat because you
Right.
knew what the other wives were going through in the league. But let's not act like her, Larsa Pippen, a lot of them chase behind they dude. That's what they did. They chased behind whatever city those NBA players was in. That's
They
how
were
you
there.
started and you got on.
They were there.
They were there. So hey, you was either there to catch a man or you was there to make sure your man didn't do anything. I just think Jackie is super obsessed and insecure about her and Doug and they married.
I believe that too. I definitely believe that. Most definitely. And like I ain't gonna hold you. I do.
And I think he worked just so he stay the hell away from her.
I've always said that.
Mhm.
I have always said that because I feel like Jackie, she already a lot on TV. I can only imagine how much she is outside of the camera.
You cannot tell me this lady gotta have a wedding every year. How?
I couldn't imagine.
And we're spending thousands upon thousands for us to stand up here in 15 minutes, say the same shit we said the first damn time, and recommit. Like the lady, and in her mind, Jackie's like, I don't know, Jackie live in a different world. It ain't Earth. Jackie just out here. Jack is out here. And I always said, yo, Doug played in the league all them years. Then he turned around and became a coach. He stay in Sacramento 90% of the time. He trying to stay the hell away from. I'm telling you, that nigga probably got that man on all kind of. He probably smoking all kind of trees to deal with Jack because there's no way. And I think that's why it gives her some sort of purpose because she ain't got shit else to do but worry about him.
Because that's why Chantel said that she wasn't there for them like that as a kid. Like I remember when they even had a therapy session their second season of Basketball Wives LA when it had both the daughters in there and they were both agreeing that she wasn't there for them. Like, yeah, financially she was there, but like emotionally and mentally, she was not there for them like that. And she even, shut them down when they were trying to explain that to her. So as I've gotten older, and I go back and I look at this shit, and I'm like, yeah, I was Team Jackie back then because I felt like Evelyn was overstepping. But at the same point in time, now I'm like, but Jackie, you kind of was an ain't shit mama. Like
And she never really, like, in my opinion, cleared none of that up. Like,
she
Jackie
never,
kind of left it like,
cause she knew she was an ain't shit ass mama. That's why. Cause she knew. She absolutely knew. And let's remember when Basketball Wives LA first started, she was shitting on Drea. All of them was shitting on Drea about being a bad mom.
they were. I remember
Only
that
for
season
it to
too.
come out that you won yourself.
Yeah. They, and it's crazy because now when I think about that, yeah, Drea took a lot of heat for not being there for her son. She took a lot of heat. They
She
ate her ass
did.
up about that. But it's
Uh-huh.
like all of y'all, except for, okay, Jennifer doesn't have any kids, but most of y'all have kids. So was any of y'all pregnant? It's
Mm.
really honest the question. I don't think everybody's bad. Like I know Shawnee, I don't care for her ass neither. But she was there for her kid majority of all the time. I can't really say that about everybody on this cast because everybody's cast some shit that's been questionable as far as parenting, even Royce. And I like Royce, but she has some questionable parenting.
That is true. I can't knock you on that one. That is true.
You know, hey, but I just felt like on this one, if I had to replay it back, I'm with you. I would really still have to decide. At first, I couldn't decide with either one of them because I both of them was trash. But if I
They
had to really
are.
look, yeah, and it's just hard. But if you gotta pick a side, like if I had to pick a side, I would have to go with the side of Evelyn because in the reality, both of your daughters in citizens. You can't really say. I mean, yeah, Shanice said her, but Shanice never went into the depth of the abuse the way her daughters went with her. I be really wondering, like, did Jack need to take medication like Mama D? Because they both give me that same psychotic vibe and of there's something about it.
But look, you got a point though. You have a whole point, like for real, like you do, like for real. You have a point. Like I do think that because, like I said, this thing is so complex. Like
It is.
you don't really know whose side to really be on because they both ain't shit. You know, like Evelyn, you didn't want nobody talking about your parenting, but Jennifer was sitting up here spilling the tea to Shawnee about, Shawnee's had to write the checks and pay the bills while you was out thotting and bopping. And Jackie, two of your children came on the show and talked to two of your castmates about you being an ain't shit ass mama. So it's like, who was really wrong in this? Was it Jennifer? Was it Jackie? Was it Evelyn? Or was it a draw? Because it just goes back to, well, you kind of ain't shit ass mama. But Evelyn, you ain't no better as a person.
it's kind of like it honestly is like catch 22. It's a draw between both of them because they both was trash. They both trash as individuals. It's just they did their shit in a different way.
That's true. I can agree with that. That's
You
true.
know, at least I can say when Jennifer said what she said about Evelyn and Shanice, it seems as if Shanice is out there fending for herself. At
Mm-hmm.
least I can say Jackie's mom was the one that really parented her kids because she wasn't there. Though she was
Mm-hmm.
sending Doug's money back, she was still chasing him 82 games across the United States, like 82 games. Like you never spent any time with your kid during this time. So when you showed up to be a parent, you can't really even get mad at nobody right now because if none of her kids respect her, she'd have to chalk that up and swallow it, in my opinion, because you
She
weren't
would.
there.
She would. And it's like, like you really don't have nobody but yourself to blame for that. Like you can't really blame nobody but your own damn self, honestly. So it's just like, girl, get over it and get over yourself because you brought that
I
on
should have
yourself.
told her she could take her ass home, but she didn't. You're not gonna I mean, you're not gonna tell me niggas was not in the locker room clowning him like, wife still here. Hey, did she ever let you breathe? I mean,
Right,
because as a
exactly.
human being, like everybody, I don't care your relationship. When you're in a relationship, both of y'all need chances to breathe without each other. But this, like, Jackie, like, needs him to almost damn near caretake her. That's kind of weird.
That's true. That is true. However, I guess we have both come to the conclusion that between Jackie and Evelyn, it's a damn draw. Because you ain't shit and you ain't shit.
Fact.
And let's just say that Basketball Wives, as problematic as it is, has some of the best reality TV feuds that are highly underrated, I must say.
Except they have one. I think with them, again for me it's them and Real Housewives of Atlanta. I mean, Real Housewives of Atlanta has had some epic
They do.
back and forth.
I could really sit back and watch a lot of arguments with the Basketball Wives girls and the RHOA girls all the time. I do it all the time. But anyway, listen, I'm sick. I don't feel good. So let's just close this out with me saying, Schoolboy, what do you have going on? What can the people look for you at and all that good stuff?
You guys can look at for me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. I am going to start coming back with Real Housewives of Dubai is coming back, I believe, next month. So I'll start doing that and just kind of, social media are hot topics. I'll get back into that. Then over here, Drunken Love, so I ain't been really on my stuff like I should be. But I'm going to be back.
All right, then. Well, this was fun once again, and I always enjoy working with Schoolboy. I'm sure we'll be doing more in the future. And with that being said, this was Who Was Wrong, and we are out of here. Until next time, bye, you guys. Oh, shit, I ain't even press end yet.